Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, how are you? How is business? How is everyone? How is family? Hope all is well. How is everybody doing? Can you hear me? Okay, that shows you can hear me. Thank you so very much for joining. Good evening. Please share to as many people as you can. Start sharing. God bless you. Start sharing. Thank you so much. We thank God again for today. We bless his holy name. If not for him, what would we have been saying? Or who knows what would have happened to us? But because of his grace and his mercy, so and I still want to thank you. I thank every one of you for joining today. As usual, you're always online, always coming up. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. I am Oluabi or Abid Busi, depending on which page you're watching from, as usual. So I'm just welcoming you officially. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Our topic for today is nice. And it's just like a preparation for people that are traveling, or maybe in the future, in the nearest future, you find yourself in that kind of a shoe, like traveling abroad or something like that. Sometime last year, we did this topic, like we did 1, 2, and 3, like relocation, like 3 times. But I was telling you that there's difference between relocation and there's different and japa, stuff like that. But on this one, we are talking about relocation, like a planned stuff, what you have really planned for, and that is it. So that is what we are talking about. So I really want to appreciate you for coming, that you don't feel like the same topic, a lot of yes, because this topic, we can treat it for as many times as possible, because one way or the other, we will still catch up with one thing or the other that we must have left behind. In case you're planning to do this, or you're already, or you're thinking about it. So maybe in the nearest future, you want to do it. So this program is always being brought to you by Thoughtful Events. Please, let me share to as many people as you can. Let them be aware that we are online and we are doing the program live. At times, cooking do kenyan pada wo later be kenyan wo gongon when it is happening. So tell them at Iwaloju they should join us. They should come online right now. So thank you. My guest for tonight, I know you have seen her before, and she came here once and spoke with us, and everybody enjoyed her. So many people even sent messages to me to bring her back, that they had a lot of questions, but the time did not permit us to go more than what we did that time. But this particular day is a special day. Special day. So I'm bringing for her to join us today is a special day, and I really want you all to appreciate her for me. So for joining us today. So her name is Mojirayo. I'm coming. I just skipped her. Oh, she's trying to come up. Let me see. Okay, Mojirayo. Let me see. I can bring her. Yeah, her name is Mojirayo Ogundeji, and let's see. I hope this thing she down. She normal. I'm adding her already, so I'm waiting for her to. Hello. What's going on? Mm. Okay. Hang on. I've invited her. Last time it was so easy. What's going on? It's just one. Okay. What's going on? Oh, could you come up by yourself? Let's see if you can. Okay. So don't be angry. We have done it before, so and coming up is never a big deal. So enjoy mo binu. And what's going on? Let me quickly call her, please. She said her network is fluctuating, but I could see her trying to join in anyway. So let's just give her 2 minutes more. Yeah.
I think it's fine now.
Thank God. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. Good evening.
You're welcome.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So, I said today is a special day. Actually, let me just be speaker. Today is her birthday, so I want you all to help me wish her well. If possible, sing for her and send to her DM so that she can be listening to the songs. Right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. Pachacha. May the good
Amen.
Lord bless you. May the good Lord
Amen.
bless you, Moji. May the good Lord bless you. Thank you so very much. At least so many people will have dinner dates. Daddy was in bed. The children are there. But at least you still have time for us. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, we thank God.
Thank you so
So,
much.
so here comes Mrs. Moji Ogundeji. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni láti aláyé alálùmọ́lẹ̀. So thank you for joining. God bless you. So today we are talking about the steps to take before relocation. As I said earlier, that we've treated this thing like 3 times. We did relocation 1, 2, and 3. So, and I used to tell you people that everybody I bring online, they come here to tell you what they know and what they feel, like their own opinion most times, and or what they know about. So it's just like me talking about myself. I cannot speak about you because I don't know you that much. It's only the things I know about you that I can talk about. But in our own case, it is whatever we know we talk about. So it might be contrary to your own opinion. Everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. Hey, network, it is shower dado. She's coming back anyway, once she come in. So whatever she's trying to tell us today, I believe it's her own opinion. And the day I spoke with you people, I spoke on the aspect of my own relocation, which was somehow like jackpot too, but it was not now, it was then, like over a decade, very well over a decade. So things were different then. And then the way I left was different also. So in our own case these days, I said there is relocation, there is Japa. There are some things that we plan for that happens, and there are some things we don't plan for, it just happens, and that is just it. So in our own case, she will tell us how she got about the the decision, how the decision came up, and what steps she took before coming, so that um, one thing or the other that I must have skipped when I spoke to you, or maybe I never even mentioned, that never even occurred to me, or it didn't happen to me. So once she brings it to your remembrance, or maybe she talk about it, just take your pen and paper and write down. Do your findings. She's not an immigration officer, and she doesn't do traveling for people. So she's going to talk to us about her own experience, and that is why we are here. So I hope we learn one thing or the other from her. Thank you. So my dear sister, you are welcome again. Thank you for joining us. Yes,
thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, very, very well. I can hear you. So I just want to ask you one or two questions before I say you should flow the way you want to flow. Okay. Do you have an idea why people relocate? Like, why do people relocate? As I was telling them, I said there's Japa, there's relocation. Japa is running for survival. Salo. Relocation is like you have already planned it. At least you had some steps you took. It didn't meet you in a hurry. I mean, you didn't it's something you've been nurturing and, stuff like that. So what is it? Why do I say, why do people relocate?
People relocate for different reasons. For example, if we open our Bible, I'm starting from the Bible, sorry. If you open our Bible, there are several cases of relocation in the Bible. The first one was when God himself called Abraham, and God told him to leave where he was staying, to leave his father, to leave his mother, and to go to a land where he was taking him to. That's the first place where the relocation was mentioned in the Bible. So relocation is not a new thing. It's something that is as old as mankind itself. Also, if we remember the story of Ruth and the husband, Elimelech, they also had to relocate because there was famine in their land. There was no food, there was scarcity. So they had to relocate from their land, and then they went to another place, though it wasn't a pleasant experience for them anyway. So people tend to relocate for better opportunities where they feel, if I get to this place, I'm likely to have a better opportunities. Even another one in the Bible recorded that when Isaac went to that land, Gerar, he planted in that land, and he flourished very well in that land. He left his own land and went to another place. So it's for, I think, for better life, for better life, so to say. So that's the main reason why people relocate.
Thank you so very much. So that means you must have a reason for relocation. So I mean, you can't just say Ola Munshikurombi. You must have a purpose, you must have a reason for doing that. So okay, if we now look at it in the olden days, let me say like some years back, like few decades ago, like 30, 25, 30 years ago, people were relocating between let me just say in Nigeria, like interstate relocation. Like they can change from maybe okay, well, I'm moving from Oyo to Ogun, I'm moving from Ogun to Oyo, I'm moving from Oshun to, especially when they did all these states new creation of new states and stuff like that. So people were relocating, people were coming from the north down to the west, from the west to the north and stuff like that. But nowadays, people no longer relocate within the country anymore, right? They are going outside Nigeria, especially because most of the people here, they are African. So let me talk about Africa. So now, to the extent that they don't mind any country, unlike before, we would do research and research. You can be there on 2-3 years thinking about, should I go, should I not go? Some will even wait for sabbatical leave and stuff like that, so that before they could say they want to travel. But nowadays, there's nothing like that. Everybody will just stand up and say, and they will just go, and that is it. So what do you think is happening that is making everybody to say they want to change? I know there is hardship, and it's globally, it's everywhere. So irrespective of where you are, so even when you got to where you are, there is difference from since when you got there and now, huge difference. So why do you think people are not staying in between the country? They prefer to go outside the country.
Okay, I'll start from your first example, the rural-urban migration, where people migrate from the rural area to urban area. I remember growing up, people come from rural area, they come to Lagos, they come to Ibadan, they come to seek for greener pastures. They come to look for better job that will give them better pay. But now all the urban areas, they are flooded, overcrowded. You get to Lagos, it's overcrowded. You get to Ibadan, it's overcrowded. And then there's no job. Even if you have job, there's no job security, so to say. And then people tend to yearn for more. They want something better. They want something better. That's why, but even in as much as you want something better, I always tell people and I always advise people not to be too desperate. Not to be too desperate. In 2-3 weeks ago, I came across a story on Facebook of somebody that was lured to Burkina Faso. He was told that there's a Canadian work for him in Burkina Faso. And when he got there, he discovered that it's this, what do they call it? This network marketing. You will bring one person and then you get interest on the person you brought. I read it on Facebook and it saddens me. He said he has sold so many things to raise money, and then he got there, he discovered that the job, it wasn't even a Canadian job. It was not a Canadian company. He said what they are producing in that company is anti-thunder something you will wear on your neck so that thunder will not strike you. I don't know how you will start to market that. Yes, it's on Facebook. I read the story on Facebook. Yeah, I came across the story on Facebook, and he has sold. In fact, it was the grace of God that made him to come back to Nigeria safe and sound, because he had to use style and every other thing to live. So people should not be too desperate. People, in as much as it is good for us to seek for greener pastures, to look for better opportunities elsewhere, but we shouldn't be too desperate. Desperacy can also come in form of when the people that the agents, so to say, they start pressurizing you, do it now. They don't allow you to think right, that there's a visa I have now. That was what they told somebody, there's a visa I have now, let's do it now. And eventually they told the person, first of all, you go to Libya. When we get to Libya, we now help you to process it to Spain. When you now get to Spain, we now help you to process it to UK, that kind of a thing. The risk people take to go through the Atlantic Ocean, to go through the deserts. So people should not be too desperate. And so many of them like that, they even if they have the opportunity to come back home, it's like, what will people at home say? Would I want to come back home empty-handed? So people should not be too desperate, in as much as it is good for us to seek for greener pastures, to look for better opportunities. Where there is better opportunities, we should not be too desperate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I have a ton of questions. Maybe I should just be doing it that way. Okay, let me just say when and why did you make up your mind to relocate? When and why?
That's a big question. That's a big question. I've had opportunity to be traveling out of Nigeria for a long time. In fact, my husband has been almost 20 years now. Once he's on his annual leave, he would go, and then years after I started joining him, we go together for vacation and we'll come back. In my mind, I was like, I can't stay in this place. I can't do this. I can't do that. So we spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we come back home. But it's now 5 years ago. We went with the children and to school. His mates were making jest of him. I cannot forget. He came home and he was telling me. He said they told him, are you stupid? Why did you come back? He was in SS1 or SS2. Are you stupid? Why did you come back? When you left, we thought you have gone. Why did you come back? And my son was looking. He said one of them told him, if I were you at the airport, I will tell my parents I want to use the toilet and disappear. And we told him, and he said he told the friend, no, I don't want to put my parents into problem. And yeah, and since that time, we came back, we started to think about it. You know, my children gave us, my elder son gave us so many reasons. Oh, mommy, when no uncle this or auntie that we went to their place, they said this is this, they said that is that, they said this is this, they said, gave us so many reasons, and we began to pray about it, and we saw God gave us a go ahead, and that was it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I go further, I just want to hammer on the last statement you said. You said you began to pray about it. Not that you just thought about it, then you put it into action. So, irrespective of your religion, I believe you should consult God in whatever move you want to make. Just because have you asked God? Have you spoken to God? Have you heard from God, giving you a go ahead, and stuff like that? That's why many people run into trouble, because Yorubani adunse being tolo lowo si. When God have a hand in something, it will just be as if no. People will just be looking at you like maybe you are using jazz or something like that, and that is it. So another question is, whose decision initially, who first make the first move? Was it you or your husband? At times children have their ways into a specific parent. It depends on how the family is. It might be the mom, it might be the dad. They will just be like, they know who to talk to, like and stuff like that. Who made the first move? Who said, let's give it a second thought and let's pray about it? Don't you think we should travel?
It's a family decision.
Everybody. So, everybody began to think that's good. That's good. We thank God for that. So, okay. What were the steps that you took before relocating? You are
1 minute, please.
Okay.
1 minute. Let me get. I thought my bottle was here.
Sorry, warm water.
So, steps to take. This is my personal perspective and my personal experience. Like I said, our host said earlier on, personal perspective and personal experience. It's not a general term for everyone. It's not ABC of relocation, so to say. So it's my personal decision. Number one, we prayed very well. We prayed very well. Like the example I cited, the example of Ruth, we prayed very well. We committed everything into the hands of God, because for Ruth, it was not a pleasant experience. For Naomi, if we read Ruth 1, if we read Ruth 1 to 5, it was not a pleasant experience for her. She migrated from her place and went to somewhere else, and it was not so. We prayed very well, and God gave us a go ahead. Point number 2, It's not a plan, but it's like an advice. You should know that wherever you are locating, wherever you are relocating or migrating to, is still in this planet Earth. Is still on Earth, and nowhere is extremely perfect. Nowhere is perfect as heaven. So don't overestimate or have unrealistic expectations. You know, some people will relocate and then it's like, so this is how this place is. We should remember that we are not going to heaven. You are relocating to maybe UK or US or Canada, Australia. It's still on this surface that there will still be insecurities, there will still be several issues. So have that at the back of your mind. You are relocating, you are migrating, you are still on earth. Certain things will still happen. Also, you are most likely to start life afresh. Most likely, you have to start life afresh. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. Be ready to do. Another thing is, be ready to do any available job at first instance. Don't get there and say, oh, you me that have PhD. How will I come and be doing cleaning job? You me that I'm bank manager in my country. How will I now come here and become this and that? No. There's how did my husband put it? In job, there is A, B, C, and D. The first one is any available job, any legitimate job that can bring that can pay your bills. If it is available, please do it. Then the next one is how did he put it? Best. No. And then there's another one that is your career job, and then another one that is your desired job. Your desired job.
So everything
so many
is step by step.
Yes, I met someone that is a doctor here, but she said when they initially got to this place, she was doing the job of a carer, and then she started to do all the other exams, this and this, and the certification and that and that. So we should not despise the day of little beginning. Don't think because you are the MD of your company in Nigeria, how will I now get to this country and start washing toilets and start doing this? Any available job, please endeavor to do it. That will bring any legitimate, not illegal job now, any legitimate job that will pay your bills. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Then don't compare yourself to any other one. We are all unique in our own way. Don't start saying, oh, this person has gone so far. This person, everybody has a different story. Different story. So don't compare yourself. Some people they use in UK, some people it's educational routes. That is 10 years. You start to read, the husband will study, maybe do masters, the wife will do masters, and for 10 years. And for some people it is job. It could be their job. They will be giving sponsorship for their job, 5 years and things like that. Some people it's their children. If you have a child and your child is in this country for 7 years, you are legal migrants for 7 years, that your child can file for you, that your child is a hem. So don't compare yourself. Don't come and start looking at those people. You don't know what they have gone through. You don't know what they have passed through. You don't know their story. So don't start envying them or dreaming to be like them. Don't have that unusual urge to be like them. Also, if you are relocating as a family, like we did, if possible, one family member should travel first. Remember, I said this is my personal perspective, personal experience, not a general one. If possible, let one member of the family relocate first. In my own case, my husband relocated first, and it helped us to settle down early when eventually we joined him 3 years later. So very helpful for us to join him.
With,
That person would
I
have
can't hear
gotten.
you. You said it was
Oh,
in Easy for you to.
settle down.
Okay, you said you joined him. How many months later?
Let me remove this. Can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. We joined him not up to 4 months.
Okay.
Not up to 4 months. You know, when he left, it made me to do some certain things, to start preparing. Let's do this, let's do that. But he has gone ahead. So if possible, because most times if you travel as a family, and you are just going as a first timer, you travel as a family, you go as a first timer, you've not gotten your own accommodation, you are staying with friends or family, you brought so many children, and then it's not be so easy. So it's better, if it is the husband or the wife, one of them should travel first, try and settle down a bit, and the others can join. As if you say, I don't want to leave my husband, I don't want to leave my wife. There's nothing. If there's love and trust, nothing will happen. That man will still, make way for you to come and join him there. Another point was that get enough educational experience and certificates that will likely help you when you get to where you are relocating or where you are migrating to. In fact, if you have not processed your certificates, you can start doing it. Start processing your certificates before traveling. Me, I did not do it. I remember my brother would be telling me, this is how much UI is processing certificates now. I will say in my mind, kilo komi. I have it there. Let them keep it in records. The network is cracking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be saying in my mind, let them keep it in records in UI. If you have it, please process it and come along with it. It can be very, very helpful. I have a personal experience, so I know. I did not process mine. I just took the ones I have. I had masters in UI. I didn't go with the certificate. I did not even process it. But 2 years ago, I got this job, and it was required that I should do test of English, something, what is it called, IELTS or so. And, I was told, since you are taught in English language in your country, if you have the evidence, you can bring the evidence. And then that was how I started processing my master certificate from here. It was even during ASU strike, that, we have to process it, plus my transcript and everything. And when it was sent to us, there's a body in United Kingdom. I know there will be that body in America and other countries too. In Canada, I think they call it West
In US too.
So here, it was formerly NARIC. Now it is ECTIS, ECCTIS. They will assess your certificate and accredit it to UK educational standard. And that was what I used. I did not have to sit for any test of English proficiency, this and this, that and that. It was that my UI certificate I did not bring along that paved the way for me. So if you have as many certificates, NCE, HND, BSc, Masters, PGD, come with your certificates. It will be helpful. The idea I had at home was that certificate in Nigerian man, but there's a body that will accredit it for you, and they will tell you the grade. They will accredit it and assess it, and they will give you the educational standard that it's due for it. Also, another one, I don't know, I'm sorry, there will be people of other religion. If it's applicable to them too. If you are a Christian, please discover your ministry before traveling. Discover your ministry before traveling. By the grace of God, I got to my new church and I settled well as a Sunday school teacher. I settled well. It was as if wọ́n kàn ṣe káàbọ̀ ṣé dáadáa lóde a ti ń retí rẹ o, iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀. So have something doing in the house of God. Have something doing in the house of God. Because in what are some of the things I've discovered in this here is that people get too comfortable to serve God. You see people that are very, very fervent, 4 times, very fervent, spirit-filled, tongue speaking. They get to this place and start skipping church.
Yes.
They'll start skipping church. Some of them is even on Sunday, they'll go for shifts. They say, I want to make more pounds, I want to make more dollars, I want to make more money. So we should, aside this discovering our ministry, we should develop our spiritual maturity. Also for the other religion, no. Don't say because of job, you not go to mosque and pray to God. God is the one that is sustaining us. But I see that people get to this place and they are too comfortable to serve God. One time my children, we were remembering in Nigeria, anytime I want to take the children to school in the morning, we hold our hands and start praying. God, as we are going out today, let's go safely. Let's come back safely. Police will not arrest us. Road safety will not stop us on the way. This and this, that and that. We will pray like that before leaving the house. And my children were reminding me here. They say, Mommy, we don't even pray that prayer again. Police will not catch us. Road safety will not catch us. And I started to smile because there's no police and road safety here that will catch you. But in Nigeria, road safety will. When road safety catch you, I'm sorry, officers that are my friend. I have officers that are my friend. They will catch you. There's no way you will escape from their hand. One day, one caught me like that. Everything he demanded for, I brought it out. Everything, all the papers intact. Okay, let me just ignite the car and go. He said, Madam, your tires are expired. Me ogbori. Yeah. He said, your tires are expired. I got down from the car. I said, tire? He said, yes, the 4 tires are expired. I said, God. He said, well,
You
for
will
one
not drop
booking, for one.
something.
Yeah, he
You
said
will
one
drop
of
at
the
some
tires
point.
is 3,000. If I want to charge you for the 4 tires, that's 12,000. So I'll just charge you for one. You just bring officer will just this and this, that and that. And I called him and I told him, show me. He showed it to me. And he said, Madam, because you are very pleasant to us, I will tell you what to do. Take the car to vulcanizer, tell them to remove the tires and turn where the expiry date is. They should turn it to the other side so it will not show. I said, thank you, sir. So my son was reminding me, Mommy, we don't even used to pray that prayer again. It's good. We don't pray that prayer again. So sometimes people get too comfort and why do I need to go to church? So people should develop level of spiritual maturity so that they will not forget God. They will not forget their maker that has brought them to the abroad, that has answered their prayer. So people should not forget that. Also, another thing, somebody said I have not had it before. They said tire is expiring.
I mean,
It's a
to
personal
like,
experience. So me, paro.
you are
Also,
trying now because it's so funny, me.
even me, I've never had it before. I had to tell him, come and show me. And he showed me and even taught me what to do. He gave me the remedy. Take it to organizer. Also, if you know how to drive, please process your international driver's license. Very, very important. Process it and bring it along. I didn't bring mine along because of things that you have to start all over again. You have to start all over again, of a truth. But if you need to start driving now, your international driver's license, it's permitted, is allowed. Because some people, they will get here and then their job, the job they where they are employed will require them to drive, and then you now start saying, oh, and I know how to drive in Nigeria, or this and this. So come along with your international driver license, and it's I think it has expired maybe before 1 year. So before that 1 year too, you would have done the necessary driving license driver's exam you need to do in this place, in wherever your location is, and you would have gotten their certificates. But for starters, your international driving license or driver license will help you. Also, my personal experience, like I said, if possible and you have time, please learn a trade. Learn a trade. In fact, if you can learn 2, if you can learn 3, if you can learn more, anything, any trade that will help you. Some people got to this place and before they got a job, regular job, it was this handwork they knew how to do that was helping them, people that make hair and things like that. Like myself, I knew how to make hair since I was in secondary school. But sometimes ago, it's been a long time now, maybe 7 years or so, I took myself, because I didn't know how to do twisting, I didn't know how to do Ghana weaving. So I took myself to one hairdresser's job, hairdresser's shop, and I told her I want to learn. And by the grace of God, since I've gotten to this place, my daughter, I've not spent a penny to make her hair outside. I make her hair myself. Even my own hair myself, I'll sit in front of the mirror and make my hair. Though this one, somebody made it for me. Because at times, I remember I went, most of the time I make my hair myself. But one time I said, let me just, the rubbish the person made on my head, the money I use in making it
And
will not allow me to use
it.
it. Because if you convert that money to Nigeria, oh God. So I cannot lose the year. I was just carrying the rubbish here. My husband will say, even the one I see you sitting in front of mirror to make for yourself is better than this one. I said, So if you know how to make hair, it's good for you. I make for myself. I make for my daughter. I make for people. Though I don't do it on commercial basis. I don't do it on commercial basis. I make for friends when I have time. If I don't have time, I'll just tell them, I'm sorry, I don't have time. If you are a man and you are coming with children, you are coming with sons, know how to barb hair. You barb for yourself. I don't know. I can't remember the last time my husband went to a barber's shop. And come with your clipper. You save yourself. We got here during COVID. No barber's shop. Everywhere was during lockdown that we got here. So there was no barber's shop to even go to visit to barber. But because with them, the practice began, and today we are perfect. It's just now that they are doing guys. Before they would just scrape everything, but now they want to say, I'm a guide. I want to leave. Mommy, I don't want to cut fadon. That's what my son will call it. I don't want to cut fadon. If not, they don't need to go to barber's shop. So please learn. If you are a man, a daddy, you are coming with children, learn how to. I also learned tailoring. It's something I have learned years back before the relocation process. This one I'm wearing now, so if you can learn that, learn how to sew, learn how to, if you are somebody that has flair for makeup, how to tie gele, learn it. Anything learnable, please learn it. Sometimes I was in my place of work and somebody was telling me she took some clothes. She took some clothes to they call the place alterations. So she saw sewing machines there, alteration. So she went there and said, please, I want you to alter this clothes for me. I want you to, in our place, they will say, I want you to mend these clothes. Me about me, amend there. I want you to amend this clothes for me.
It's too big
So
or
she
it's too
went there.
loose.
So she said they told her maybe 50 pounds to do alteration to clothes. When she was telling me, I just smiled. So one of the things I have gotten in this place, I didn't come with my sewing machine, but I bought one, put it in the house. I need to sew, I sew for myself, I sew for my daughter. I may not have regular customer for now, but I'm not spending to sew. I'm not spending. That my Iro and Buba that I use, the white one you use for the group, àwa náà la rán fúnra wa lágbára Ọlọ́run, àjókòó ti àrùn fúnra wa. So I don't need to spend I cannot imagine you want to amend the clothes, alteration. She said they use big grammar, alteration, £50 to alter a clothes. Alone ni mo ra aṣọ. How much did I buy the clothes? I will now use 50,000. £50 to don't
fifty
even
pounds.
convert,
50 pounds is about 70,000
don't
naira.
even convert it to naira. Oh, don't you do that, you not buy anything in this country. Let me quickly add that. But
Naira.
please, when you come, don't come with Nigerian mentality. Oh.
Oh,
Don't
that's it. You won't be able. You won't be
you will
able to
not
move
don't say, this thing is
forward
5
of
naira.
time.
And you know, how can they be calling it £10 here? Don't just keep that mentality. See Muritala International Airport or wherever you are boarding from. Don't bring Nigerian mentality here. You'll not be able to do anything because everything will just seem so expensive for you. Also, part of the things I did, my personal experience, my personal perspective, please come with your clothes. Come with your clothes. I see people say, oh no, just come with few clothes. You go to shops, you buy. We got here during COVID, there was no shop. There was no shop. There was no shop. Please come. If you are coming with children, come with enough clothes for those children. Enough clothes, enough clothes, enough clothes, enough clothes. I cannot forget. I thank God I brought enough clothes because what will be in your mind that time, the early stage, is how to adapt to your new environment. That is what will be paramount in your mind. How to adapt to your new environment, not how to buy new clothes. There's no one bear you want to attend when you newly come to this country. No one bear. I cannot. In 2 years, I don't think I attended any one bear. In 2 years,
Yes.
I don't think so. So not that so buying clothes is the last thing on your mind when you newly relocated. So come with your old clothes. You will dash people some in Nigeria, but come with, please, very very important. I see people, saying, don't come with clothes. You go to shops, you go and buy clothes, this and this, that. Maybe because we got here during COVID, like I said. Also, come with winter jackets or winter coat, whatever it's called. We did not come. I just bought thick sweater. Ọlọ́run. Òtútù Ìbàdàn ni mo pè. So I just brought. I just brought sweaters, sweaters for myself and the children. When we got here, the cold was something else. Thank God for friends and family because there was no shop that donated. So every time I see people that I'm talking to, I will tell them, go to Aleshi Lawyer where they sell bail. Go and buy thick one. Thick is even, somebody got here and was saying, thank you for telling us, thank you for that. When they just got to Heathrow, it was from Heathrow, the wind and the cold started telling them, welcome to UK. So she just said, thank you, you have told us that. We just brought the winter jacket from our bag, we put it on. So please come with it. It will be very, very helpful for you. In fact, it will be one of the last things you do.
Excuse me. I just want to add something. That's your experience. The first time I went to UK, that was my first time traveling ever. So people were telling me, bring this, bring that. I managed. I went to, was it Yaba or Katangwa? I even forgotten. I went to get that jacket. And like a small sweater, not even jacket anyway. So, and then I took my ex's jacket with me. Then, Shebi, I was going there. I knew it was cold, but I was thinking like, no matter how cold, at least I should be fanciful when I'm, I want Ankara. I made the Ankara myself. So I was like prepared to say whatever they asked me, who made it, then I'll tell them I made it. And one thing I remember, I made a turtleneck, like there was rubber on the neck because somebody was asking me why I did it. I said, because when I get to the port of entry, if they should be asking me questions, they will not see my heartbeats, that will cover me up. So lo and behold, I wore open feet shoe.
Sandal.
So it had a small heel. So, in the plane, I was already almost dying. Say, give me more change. What did I do? Why did I do this? So when we got there, I was excited. So I was like, okay, I will manage. Maybe it's just for me to stand outside. Within few minutes, my ride will be there. Eventually, I spent close to 30 minutes waiting for people to join the ride. And the man too was minding gas. He left us in the car without putting on heat. So there was nothing warm at all. Before I could talk, I was like, my dear sister, I will not forget that experience. From there, I started crying. Like canvas, I wear socks, thick socks. Or even if I wear a light one, but I make sure I even get the blankets in the plane to cover myself. Otutu, you will know it's not your mate. That is just, I just remembered when you said Otutu.
If you are feeling it, you just remove your clothes. That's better. But if you are feeling cold and there's nothing to prevent that cold, it's even injurious
to
health.
Nobody was ready to share with me. Who do I even know there? Talon me share.
So please, if you are coming, please, sweater is not enough. Maybe because most of the time I did the previous travelings, it was during summer, so it wasn't real
cold.
Winter. It wasn't real winter, but that time it was the cold was something else. Another thing is that relocation can be draining, very, very, very draining, very, very
Spend a lot
draining
of money
and overwhelming, and very draining and overwhelming, especially if you are coming from a very comfortable background and you are coming here to start all over again. At times, in the early stages, at times I'll just wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, the children settled in very well.
The children don't have problem now. Now get wahala now.
Even this cold I'm complaining of, in little, they don't. So, mommy, you are still wearing jacket. No, there's no cold, mommy. You are still. The weather was something else for me. The weather was something else for me. So relocation can be very draining, when there's no friends and families, unlike at home where you have friends, you have family. Yeah, you have to start making new friends, and you don't really know who is who. You don't know who is who. There's so many challenges, new environments, lack of friends, lack of funds, and so many things. So just make yourself happy. Don't add extra sadness to your life. Anything that will bring extra sadness, don't do it.
Okay.
Because it's stressful enough. Don't get
for you to relocate.
Don't get depressed. If you are
question
feeling,
I want to ask is,
okay,
is it must somebody use an agent, or it's something you can do by yourself?
something you can do by yourself. Something you can do by
Even
yourself.
if you have never traveled before, right?
All of the previous traveling I talked about, my husband did it by himself. If you have the relevant documents, you go online, you fill everything by yourself, you do everything by yourself. Because I hear of stories of people that they are scammed and be duped through agents and things like that. It's very sad when people had earned money is being forcefully taken away from them. It's very, very sad, very, very sad. So all our previous traveling, we never used agents. So I don't know. Some people use it, but then I don't really know.
That's one thing
So
I tell people. I know because people see it like shebi tori pe easy for it. No, not is because so easy for it. That is it. That is when you want to make steps like this, you plan. As my sister said, pray. When you pray and you plan, and you take your time. It's not something you want to rush into. It's not a decision you make an overnight decision. No, you take time, think about it, and then have plan B, plan C, plan D, if possible. Then think forward, think backward, sideways, and see if it doesn't go this way. What if it goes this way? What if it goes that way? You have to think very well. And if your spouse is understanding enough, you people should like talk together, let him or her bring her own ideas. You don't rubbish any idea. You put it on the table, you think about it, just soko kuno, and that is it. So it's not a decision you make just like that. So that is why every time Timo travel in my life, at least I don't pay money. I have never paid an agent. I do it on my own. Sit in the computer. It might take me days to even fill one form. I will just go there. I will think about it. That place that I filled this in, is it appropriate? Let me go and revisit it again. Let me read the English again. Let me see if I really understood the question they are asking there before I make mistakes, and stuff like that. So I will just go there and look and see, and then fill the form again. And to God be the glory. Even my US, I never paid anybody. Nobody even knew I had US visa. I was just working about my own the way. So I believe that there are some things we can, because we are lazy at times. And then because we are looking at other people's breakthrough, we don't even know what they went through. We just want to be like them, and we are fast. We don't want patience like the way it used to be. Everything is about steps, whether you like it or not. You can't wake up. I mean, you cannot have a child today and expect the child to be working that same day and be running and, no, it takes steps. It takes steps. That is one thing we lack. We don't want to listen. We want everything to do it in a hurry. It doesn't work that way. And that is one thing we have to keep telling our people. That's why they fall into the scammers' hands, because also they see them vulnerable, that this one, because he or she wants it, anything tabak bewa ba. Meanwhile, he would have even promised, má worry, owó ayọ̀ ṣebí lálẹ́ yìí ni. He would just call somebody, one mugun pé tábà ti sọ fún pé wọ́n ti gbéṣẹ́ UK wá, he's coming, he's bringing money. And you that have worked your money, you know how you got that money. So people went as far as selling their properties to do all these things. Oh, and I tell people, don't sell property if you have not, even if you have gotten the visa, don't sell property, because at times you might even end up coming back to that property. It might be your saving grace. Don't sell properties like that. If you have multiple, fine, you want to let go of one, but you have just one and you are getting rid of that just one. Nítorí uncertainty, you are losing certainty. One have to be very careful. And a lot of people are in jeopardy because of that. They get to where they are going and you shake padasimo because they have practically lost everything. So there's nothing they are coming back to do. One man, so many will stay there years and years. They won't be able to achieve anything because you won't even be able to focus. Because things, your expectations, you don't meet them when you get there. So one have to be very careful. And concerning what my sister said about hanging on with God. What do I say? Aláìmoore ni many of us. When we want something, we know how to pray and fast. I'm not talking about religion right now. Even we Muslims, they do it. They will pray, they will go to mosque, they will do as-salatu, they will do everything. Even I never knew Muslims can fast when it's not Ramadan. One day somebody was telling me that she was fasting and it wasn't Ramadan. He said, téèyàn bá ń bẹ lọ́hùn, èèyàn lè gbà àwẹ̀. Mo ní, really? So we will fast and pray, and the moment we get that thing, we forget God. We think we have reached the climax. That is it. That is when I know I can't afford to miss that job. I can't afford to. Shebi toro energy ni, because you have that strength, because you have that energy. And all these things, going up to churches and mosques to learn. I mean, let me just say, when you said somebody should recognize his or her ministry before leaving so that you can know where you can fit in. Apart from even God, like the Omini sign, but I'm just telling you, you will need those churches and mosques. Because
Yes.
at times they will ask you for references. When you don't
Yes.
go to church, you don't go to mosque,
Yes.
nobody's going to give you reference.
Yes.
Ọbádélé
My
ṣé ẹ mọ
first
brother
job.
lágbájá àmọ́ rí, ṣé ẹ mọ alájà kìíní
Yeah.
kan àmọ́ rí.
Mary.
Maybe you went there just
Mm.
once. In the last 5 years, you
Mm.
have not gone there.
Mm.
So who
Mm.
knows you?
Yeah.
So when they ask you to bring reference, they can ask you for any reference, any kind of
Mm.
reference.
Mm.
They can say
Character
from your
reference,
clergymen,
that
from
and that. Yeah.
they can say from
Mm.
your house of worship. They can say from children's
Mm.
schools. They can say from your job. They can say from and that is it. So how do you now go back to that church? Ẹlòmíì torí tithe ló ṣe sá lọ, wọ́n ní ká máa san tithe that you were paying in Nigeria. You were calculating money. Èló ni tithe mà wá san tithe nínú £500 tí mo make, they are expecting £50. Long nínú £500. How do I? No, me lè tán. Then you run away. When that thing comes, things will be so tight that
Mm.
tight gan kó pa gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀ once, it won't solve what is on ground. You pay lawyer,
So,
agony to máa fúnra ẹ, you be running up and down, kán má lé mi kí n má you not lose this, you not lose that. So we have to think, we shouldn't stay or wait till when we run into trouble or we are desperate before we cling on to God. Let us at every step acknowledge him. He said it. He said, in all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy path. That is just it. Ò bá jẹ́ Muslim, ò bá jẹ́ Christian, wá chọ́ọ̀chì, wá mosque, jẹ́ kán mọ̀ ẹ́ ń bẹ̀, máa lọ. Not to do ojú mi tó, like let them know I come o, àbí you now go with oríṣiríṣi Ògún bàbá to show your rings and stuff. No, I'm not
it's
talking
good to
about those
even
ones.
associate. What you are
That
just
is
saying,
it.
I remember one of my somewhere I used to work. It was even the Muslim ummahs that accommodated the girl. They have a place in that. I don't know, maybe the Christian folk, they do it anyway. These Muslims, they rented this is it duplex now, like four bedroom flats, and it's basically for the brethren. Basically for the brethren. They welcome you there, you stay there till you are able to get a place of your own, and then you move.
So we have some churches.
So if you don't go to the mosque, if you don't go to the mosque
how
to
do
pray,
you now
how will
see
you
that?
know? How will you benefit from there? We have the transport system. So we used to drop the girl in that place. Then later on, one day she said, she now told the driver, I'm not going to that side. I'm going. I said, oh, did you move house? Did you change house? She said, no, that place is like a hostel for them. That they welcome them in the mosque. Do you have anywhere you are staying? No, you can come over. They have rooms for sisters. They have rooms for brothers. And when you are able to find, but if you don't associate, if you don't go to that mosque to pray, how will you benefit
how will you know?
from
That is it.
church? How will you know?
That is it. That
How
is
will
it.
you know?
And
So we
one
should not
thing, we
forget
should not be
God.
ingrate. Some people, when they now finally get their bearing, when they want to that is when they will now remember the church in Yekishe doctrine, church in but when you needed them, that was the only solace. So new. We should just, at times when people talk, you just look at them like, we have to be considerate. And no, people will go extra mile to do a lot of stuff with you, for you.
Yes.
So, but when your hand touches what you are looking for, that is when you remember that person is a bad person. But all the while, helter skelter, you did not remember him to be a bad person. But the moment you are okay, you are standing on your feet, ó ti gbàgbé pójò lè pààyàn wọlé kan lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ẹ̀mẹ́ta ẹ̀márùn-ún. So one just have to be very careful.
So another thing, before I forget, please come with enough food.
Ó lè tó yẹn ni.
Especially, I'm talking of when I'm talking of food, I mean Nigerian food. I said we came during COVID.
Experience.
So come with, aside the fact that Nigerian foodstuffs are very expensive, there might not even be a nearby shop near you. When we were in Portsmouth, so many shops, But when we got to this new place, in fact, you have to take, if I want to go by train, I have to take a train there to where I will see the African shop. Though, now there's everything is even easier and better. You sit down in your house, there's obonge.com, online shopping. You just buy everything, they deliver it at your doorstep. There's wosi, you buy everything, there's Afrimat. From your phone, you just order everything and they bring it to your. But then when you newly come, you will not know wosi. You will not know obonge. You will not know. So please come with Nigerian foodstuffs that me like you.
You are many. You can have chance to pack all those things. At least bóyá luggage ẹnìkan lẹ fi máa di oúnjẹ. Luggage ẹnìkan lẹ fi máa di kíní kan.
8 boxes. Myself and 3 children, 8 boxes.
So, but somebody that is a loner, under lonely.
So pack everything you know it will be important to you. Everything that will be important to you. Pack. I packed 2 pots. I packed orogun and igbako. I remember my children were laughing. They said, what do you want to use your
I carry Igbale from Nigeria.
I said, I don't want to get there and start looking for where to buy orogun. We got there, shops were closed. Thank God I brought my orogun and igbako. Me that I love eating amala. I brought elubo. Hey, elubo ni ya baba mi nta. Ọmọ yele elubo ni mi. Amala no fit we me dagba. I love eating amala. If I don't eat amala, it will be as if I am sick. Recently, I was even telling my daughter that they should put amala in first aid box, because when you finish eating it, you'll be very, very okay.
Okay.
So if you are coming with children, pack enough food for them. Pack enough food, because like I said, aside the fact that the foodstuffs are expensive for a first timer that is just arriving, what is in your mind is to settle down, to adapt, to have somewhere to lay your head, to eat good food, to feed the children. The children, no one wants to hear a child that will say, Mommy, I'm hungry. So bring enough food.
Yes.
I packed orogun, igbako, aboniki. Packed it. There's another one. Aburo aboniki, they call it eruarike. I bought it. In fact, maybe I bought like 10 eruarike. I bought it. Dry agbojedi, I brought it. Kafura, plenty elubo, ewa oloyin, dry pepper, iru yẹn, you wrap it in newspaper, and then you put it in airtight. You don't even need to dry it. You sprinkle salt. You sprinkle salt, wrap it in with newspaper, use enough rubber band, then you put it in airtight container. Even if you put it in the midst of your clothes, it will not smell. Bring hair attachment, because when you newly come and you want to make your hair, you have something in your bag that you just bring out. And if you are the wig people, bring wig. Me, I'm not a wig person, though I brought some wigs, but bring wigs. Invest in wigs if you are the type that loves wearing it. Bring it.
Not saying woman here be Brazilian, no. If you like, go and be buying Brazilian.
No, the one you can afford, though. It's the one you can afford, though.
Okay. Go and buy. When you get to where you are going, then you will know sleep cost.
Also, if you know that you will be hosted by friends and family, bring food stuff for them. They were discussing it in my place of work. They're discussing it in my place of work, and that these people, brought children, brought this and this, that and that, and they didn't bring food. They're just feeding on don't be stingy. As you are packing your own elubo, don't bring rice. There's rice here. Rice. Don't bring garigan. There's good quality gari here. But the new foodstuffs, that will be beneficial to your host, please bring along and give it to them. Then don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Another one, don't overstay your welcome. Hey, I see my people doing it a lot. Don't overstay your welcome. If fact, your traveling bag, so when your host is seeing it, your host will know that
Oh, Turaka,
she's looking for accommodation.
you
He's
are ready
looking
to
for,
move at any
Turaka,
time.
ó
Those
wọ ìró
scatter
àti bùbá
body.
láàárọ̀, then ọ̀sán ó wọ búbù, alẹ́ ó tún lọ wọ skirt and blouse, òun display aṣọ ńlé onílé. No. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't inconvenience your host. Don't do it. It's not easy to accommodate here, especially in winter now that there is heat.
I think some people will be struggling with
There is cold,
remotes.
rather.
Wàá máa lọ
There is
tẹ remote
there
lé
is cold.
pẹ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀.
Heater táwọn onílé ti mọ bọ́n ṣe máa manage heater wọn. Ìwọ kàn tán yẹ̀yẹ̀yẹ̀ because you brought children and the cold is not, you are still adapting to the cold. And then they will not be able to tell. My host, what is the English word for Onkora? What is the English word for Onkora? Is it touchy?
Something like
Is
that.
it
Like
touchy? That my host is not accommodating. That my host is not is
aggressive
highly
or
agitated. That's
agitated.
that.
That
Highly
any little
agitated,
thing,
nothing. She will just spark. How will she not spark?
tó ń san náà gbà tó dẹ̀ ti dé ó ti mọ iye tó ń tún san nagging yóò dáa fọ.
When you come, welcome, how are you? 2-3 days. That's looking for accommodation. Very, very important. 3 instances. Number 1, in this place, I don't know of America, but I know of this country, that I am. If you want to rent house, Mama Bipe, you will be asked how many of you want to stay in that house.
Yes. Oloma, determine how many rooms.
I don't know of any other place. I know of UK. They will ask you how many of you want to stay in the house.
That's will determine how many rooms.
How many rooms? Then every 6 months, I don't know of any other place. Every 6 months, the house agent or whatever will come and inspect the house.
Then in UK, yes.
They come and they will inspect the house, they will snap picture. Maybe you have used the house very well or not. I don't know. They will go and then they will bring report. So when if that 6 months period of coming to check the accommodation falls within that time you are accommodating people, where will you I don't know, maybe you start packing them.
What will you tell them?
Which neighbor will you, in this place where I am now, in this our new location, I don't know the next neighbor, I don't know the next neighbor. Okay, I think I know one, my direct neighbor. Every other person, I don't know them. So who will I go and knock their door? Coco, please. And they are British people. Please, can you help me to lodge my
guest
visitors, my visitors? They will come. And then in this place, there's a police, community police. This time around is the neighbors. When they see something, they will just say, that house is too noisy. They have plenty children in that place. That house is too noisy.
They will just see children going in and coming out. We don't know.
Yeah. So there are so many of them. You think they are not noticing you.
They know.
They are noticing you. One, the police will just knock your door. Coco. I want to know how many children you are keeping in that. So when you are being accommodated for some time, it is for some time, not 2 months. Not you now get there, you are now like so there's even one, my place of work, we were saying some was even like almost even want to fight the hostess.
I heard of one that slapped her hostess. So when she now called and said, Lágbájá mà fọ etí mi, the brother said, tó o bá kí n ṣe ọmọ àlè, they are siblings tó bá jẹ́ pé ìyá kan náà ló bí èmi àti ẹ, by this time tomorrow she must be out of that house. But ojú ẹ̀gbọ́n ò lè gbà, they had to just give her like 2-3 weeks before. Yes. So you can see, some people will have that spirit of entitlement that After all, we are Nigerians. After all, we are from the same area. After all, we are. You're not paying my bills. After all, we are. So even if you're going there with food, remain small. Sínú báàgì ẹ, gbé èyí tó fẹ́ gbé sílẹ̀, and before you finish that food, tètè bẹ́sẹ̀ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kó tètè sá lọ. Even if you have to sleep around, bóyá o tún lọ another family tó tún accommodate here for some time, go shuttle so that you won't stay in one place. Because UK laws they are different from US. US is more accommodating. I will not lie to you. Because they will not. I will not lie to you. In UK, I remember that time they will say, "Masoro's okay, Masoro's okay." You have to keep your voice low because neighbors will hear your voice and report you. You won't even know who reported you. You won't know. Their houses, they don't have. They have transparent curtains so that they can be seeing what is going on around.
My sister from the church was living on first floor of one house. She was attending my church in Ibadan, and she just told us as they are looking for another house. Why? She said the neighbors downstairs complaining that the children are
running up and down.
5 and 7 children.
So
5 and 7
when you don't have handicapped children, how will you want them to be gentle? They have to play. So you are the one going to their country. So you should abide by their laws and this thing. If you cannot abide, then go get out. That is just it. One should just have that at the back of their mind.
Don't be stingy when you go out, even if it is milk and then bread, grocery, to supplement what is in the house. Not that you now turn yourself to parasites, parasitic relationship. You want to suck your hose to dry. It's not good. Even if you have a child and that child is behaving that way, you will not like it. Muwa. Until you will have your own place, let your hand be like this. Be generous, so to say. Then avoid procrastination. They have told you about a job. Don't say it's below my grade, it's below this. Do it now.
Okay.
Do it now. Anything you want to do, even before leaving, don't procrastinate. Anything that crosses your mind to do, cross your T, dot your I's, do everything in right, put everything in order. Don't procrastinate. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next year. You don't know what laws they will bring in the next 1 month or the next 3 weeks. You don't know. So everything is make everything timely. Don't procrastinate.
And then remember to tell them that they should not be too hopeful about not that they should not be too hopeful. I don't know how to put it. Like you are so trusting that you have trusted whoever your host will be, that everything they have told you, you are going to meet it that way. It's not going to be like that.
I think I've said it earlier on. Don't ever, what was that grammar I used? Don't overestimate or have unrealistic expectations.
So because you see a lot of things that will shock you. So
there'll be so many disappointments.
Be ready for disappointments.
So many discouragements. I remember we got one house and this house was not furnished. Unfurnished house.
Nothing.
The first night, I'm telling you. So we had to get duvet. The first night we all slept on duvet la tesilenle. Mo tún rántí Ìbàdàn lọ́jọ́ yẹn. I remember my big queen size and the king size bed in Ibadan. Oh me. Oh God, Mojirayo, you are now sleeping on duvet inside cold. You know?
It's a matter of determination. When you are determined, you won't even look about,
You start from somewhere. That house was not furnished. You can be lucky you get a furnished house. Even you meet chairs, you meet this, you meet that, the kitchens, you even meet plates and things. And then you can be lucky to get
the other side too. A complete empty house.
Not even cutting. Nothing will be in that house.
There will be echo.
You start to buy. I tell you, you start to buy from Akpoti, if there's anything like Akpoti, chair, pillow, mattress, Bako bed, you start to buy everything bit by bit.
And
Don't be
remember to
discouraged. Don't
tell
start
them
thinking,
that when you are coming with children, try to train your children well.
hey,
Because when you get there,
very, very
your,
important.
your children must not be beaten, they
Mm,
must not be screaming,
mm,
they must not be
mm.
fighting or
Yes,
writing on the walls. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́
yes.
ẹ̀ kọ́ ọmọ yín ní manners that they will write and design all the
Mm,
walls.
yeah.
Try and
Mm,
work on those that your
yeah.
children they cannot correct them. Wọ́n á kọ nǹkan
Mm.
sára ògiri ṣe yánmáyánmá. You have to tell them. Try as much
My
as possible.
my church in Portsmouth, every time there are new set of people, new immigrants, one Sunday during the Sunday service, there will be no preaching. Oh. After opening prayer, somebody will come and give a talk to every new people. They will get resource people that have stayed 15 years, 20 years
To tell
to come and
them.
lecture all the new people and tell them what to do. You don't beat your child. You don't do this. They must not have mark on their body when they go to school, because the teachers are watching them. The teachers are listening to whatever my friend was telling me that one child was saying, oh, my mommy, I forgot my jacket. My mommy will beat me. That she wants to meet the mother of that child to tell the mother, don't, you just see social worker coming to your house. They will come and, I don't want to say collect. They will come and take that child. You know, when we newly came and they had that service for us, welcome service, they told us then it was the queen that was the paramount ruler. They told us that any child in this country, even the parents are legal, the parents are legal, any child belongs to the queen. So you must not beat them. You must not. In fact, it reminded me of a story. Somebody that, another thing, before I go to that one, please, let's learn to be speaking our native language to our children. It's good to have British accents. My daughter now, she'll be speaking through her nose. It's good to have British accent, but it's good we let them understand our Igbo language, our Hausa language, our Yoruba language, because we want to communicate with them at times, and you need that language. Somebody said she was, I don't know, maybe she was scolding the daughter, and before you know it, police were knocking on her door to say the neighbors are complaining that a child in this house was crying. So she allowed them in. But while she was going, they said, oh, you the mother, we want to interview the child. You the mother, can you excuse us? So while she was going, she was using Yoruba to tell the girl, tó bá wù ẹ́, sọ fún wọn pé mo nà ẹ́. Wọ́n jọ máa dá wa padà sí Nàìjíríà ni. Tó bá wù ẹ́, sọ fún wọn pé mo nà ẹ́. So she went. So as they were asking the girl, did your mom beat you? No, she didn't beat me. The neighbor said that, no, not from this place. Maybe it's the TV. And they called the mother. Oh, we are sorry. Maybe it's a false alarm. We are sorry to disturb you. Blah, 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 blah. And they went their ways. So it's good that our children will speak phonetics. It's good they speak British language. But please, in the house, Yoruba le mi bata won temi so, Yoruba mo ba won so. Ìbàdàn Yorùbá ni mo ń bá wọn sọ o. They will be replying me. And they will be replying me in English. At times I say they will be,
at least Yorùbá
ni mo ń bá wọn sọ. Wọ́n gbọ́ wọn sọ. Kí ni wọ́n gbọ́ wọn sọ? So it's very, very, very good. Let's not forget our Igbo language, our Hausa, our Ijo, our Bini. Let's not forget.
So, my dear sister, it seems you are coming back. I still have a ton of questions, and I believe my people too want to ask you.
Let's ask questions.
So, and time is fast spent. We have spent like close to an hour and a half.
Yes.
So by the time we are here, so how about we do it on Monday?
This
because of your schedule. Is Monday
Okay.
okay for you?
Monday
So
is
we do a part
okay.
2. Monday is short. So any question you want to ask, you ask on time, please. And then I have few more questions. Then we need, you are going to tell us, give us advices on some points.
Okay.
So that's why. And I don't want to go untouched. I mean, I don't want those ones to go untouched because.
Basically, on Monday,
On Monday.
I'm not doing any talking. I'll be answering questions.
Yeah. Even this one, it was even the question that I asked that elongated, that gave us elongated answers. And I believe everybody learns one thing or the other from what you have told us today. Yes, personal experience. Yes, because Amigo, I learned some few things that I never even thought about, and stuff like that. We are still going to go back to Isheowo and co like that. So on Monday, by the special grace of God, we'll be bringing Mrs. Mojirayo Ogundeji back to talk to us. That will be on our reality corner. It's still reality corner because she's giving us our own personal experience also. So I want to really appreciate you. Happy birthday. Tell daddy not to be angry. I hello for some time. And yes, at least tonight you're supposed to place your legs on the table. Go back and get by, like let everybody serve you. If possible, let them undress you, take you to the bathroom, shower you, and everything. You're not supposed to touch anything today. Yes, so and you deserve it anyway. You deserve it. God. There are some exceptional mothers and women like that. You are a good housewife, good woman, good support system for the home, and and we thank God for you. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. So on Monday, by the special grace of God, at 7 p.m. Nigerian time and 1 p.m. American Eastern Time. We will have her back so that any question you have, please be prepared to ask the questions. So I will just go straight to the questions because she's always busy. So she only allowed today's talk because it's a special day and she's off today. If not, Thursday is a no-no for her. So that's why I'm saying Monday will be good by the special grace of God. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you for
birthday once
having me on the
again.
program.
Thank
Great
you.
pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you,
Yes.
our host. Iléeṣẹ́ yín ò ní jóná. Báwo lẹ máa ń kí wọn ní ẹ́mbáláyà yẹn?
Iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná.
Ẹ ṣe olóòtú.
Ẹ ṣe olóòtú ni.
Olúwa máa ṣàgbára ọ̀dọ̀ tún o.
Àmín.
Continue to move forward and forward.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, inshallah.
Inshallah. Amen. Thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you. You are free to drop. You can join the audience. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, so ẹ má bínú ohun ni ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu nfọ̀nà fún oje so to say ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà ẹ má bínú sí wa. I don't want to be exceeding 4 o'clock no matter what because we have so much to ask, we have so much to talk about, but at least she will be okay. So on Monday, by the special grace of God, we are having her back. So be prepared to ask any question you want to ask, and we'll be glad to answer all the questions. Yes, part 2 is coming back on Monday by God's grace. So thank you. Remember to share, to keep sharing and sharing. Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Thank you so very much. El Nino, are you taking notes? And you people have forgotten the second group. You have not joined though. I only have 100 people there. You have not joined though. Hey, ẹ fẹ́ dá mi dá ilé kò dá o. Now say make I dey go now they follow me for back o. I no see you now. So follow me o. Let's go there. Let's go there together. So thank you so very much. On Monday again by 7 p.m. we shall be coming up again with her to speak to us more and to answer our questions. And that is it. Thank you so very much, everybody. I really love you. I appreciate you for joining all the time. Keep spreading the news. Thank you. Go to our YouTube. Most of these the live talks, I do download them and put them on YouTube so that we can refer to them, or you want to send to people, you can just go to the YouTube. The YouTube is www.youtube.atoluabi/atoluabi. That is the Oluabi is the one word, it's written together. So just go there, or you can even type Thoughtful Event. You'll see the logo, the real logo of Thoughtful Event, the one on Facebook, which is uppercase T, and the rest are lowercase t, the rest are upper cases, and then the E is the lowercase while the rest are upper cases. So you can go to the YouTube and join, subscribe, share, tell people about it, let them know that we are doing this. Thank you for your encouragement, thank you for your love, and thanks for doing everything with us. We appreciate you. I still remain Oluabi or Abid Busi, depending on which page you're watching from. Thank you all. God bless you. See you on Monday by God's grace. Bye.